Howdy. Well, it's a bright, sunshiny morning. We're going to go ahead and start mowing hay today. I don't know if it's the right thing to do or not. The weather forecast is such a mess. One guy says that it's going to be dry for the next 4 or 5 days. Another guy says that there's a 40% to 50% chance of rain every day for the next 4 or 5 days. There has not been, it's the end of June and there has not been a single great haymaking forecast up until this point this year. So anyway, we just got to pull the trigger on the rest of this grass hay and get it mowed down and see what happens.
I have always loved getting people out on a gravel road and letting them see the farm life firsthand, whether it's in the field at our full-time farming jobs or here at home on our own little cattle ranch. So now I'll bring the camera along and you sit back and ask the questions. Let's explore this Midwestern farming and ranching lifestyle together. This is your channel. This is Dodge Brothers Farm and Ranch. What we've got here is a John Deere 920 Moco. A lot of people call this a disc bind, and let me show you why. You go over here and flip up the hood, you'll see a series of discs with knives on them that spin around really fast to cut the hay off nice and clean, just like a giant lawnmower. And the impeller system in the back conditions the hay. In other words, it damages the stems just enough to help it dry out faster. Today we'll be pulling this mower with Dad's 1066 Turbo International with the chrome stack and a gallon jug of water in the front just in case. Well, it's Thursday. My brother's in town mowing some more hay, and I'm replanting some beans that got drowned out earlier this year.
Boy, that storm is getting mighty close to us. I don't know if I'm going to get this little project done or not, but I'm just going to keep cranking along. Well, I pretty much almost got done what I wanted to do. I didn't quite, there's a little spot I didn't get done, but it's a lot better than it was. Well, I've got the tedder, and what I've learned so far about tedders is they have very tiny wheels on them and you don't go very fast down the road with them. I don't think they're meant to go much more than 15 or 20 miles an hour, just about tractor speed. So if you've got to pull one down the road, I'd say take it easy. Don't get carried away. Well, the cows are looking pretty good. So I have to say, I really like the tedder. If nothing else, it's just something fun to do. Makes you feel like you're doing the right thing anyway. But we had to get this hay off the ground because it was stuck down and had been rained on really hard. And it was so wet underneath, you could just wring water right out of it. And the ground wasn't going to be able to dry out at all, and the hay was never going to dry out. It was just going to turn slimy and rot. So we had to get this tedder out, get the stuff flipped up off the ground and fluffed up so we can get some air around it. So hopefully we get good weather now for drying, and maybe we can get it baled tomorrow or at the very latest Monday, because Monday night they're talking more rain. So fingers crossed. Well, we have had almost a perfect track record of baling amazing quality hay with no rain on it for the last 5 or 6 years, and we're paying for it this time. We, just to recap, we mowed that hay on Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning, and it got rained on Thursday afternoon. It got rained on really heavy Friday morning. We tedded it Saturday. And then Saturday night, which was last night, it got another 3/10 of an inch of rain on it after we tedded it. There was no chance of rain really at all yesterday, and that storm just came out of nowhere, formed up right over us, and it literally only rained on about half of a county in the entire United States, and that was right where our hay is. So we'll have to check it after church today and see what it looks like. I don't know what we're gonna do next, if we're gonna ted it again, or if we're gonna rake it, if we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. But I really hope we can get it baled up tomorrow, because they're talking about rain again on Tuesday, and then basically Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they've got chances of rain every day. So I don't know, we'll just have to check it and see. So the 2019 haymaking disaster rolls on. My brother went out right after church, decided that the hay should be tedded again because it was stuck down to the ground from last night's rain. And he got done tedding it, and lo and behold, here comes a storm coming down from Minnesota that started to turn our direction just a little bit. There was a 0% chance of rain today, and the hay was really dry. So he went and got the rake, and we called every baler guy that we know, and they were all busy hauling calves to the fair. One of our friends knew somebody, and he came over with his baler. And right when they got ready to start baling, the storm front rolled in, and 70-mile-an-hour straight line winds. There are trees down all over town, and they were having to bale right behind the rake because the hay was blowing away if they were leaving it in a windrow for any amount of time at all. So check out some of this footage from their harrowing attempts to get the hay baled before they got rained out. Meanwhile, take a look at this wreckage from all over town. This stuff actually blew down while they were trying to bale hay out there. So you can imagine what it was like. So the moral of the story is, this year, the weather forecasts are just completely unreliable. When it comes to making hay, when it comes to farming in general, you never know what you're going to get. You got to take it as it comes. We've had great luck for the last few years, almost perfect luck, and this year, not so much. But anyway, thanks for riding along. We'll see you next time.